Aubrey. How's it going today?
I'm great, Lindsay. You are looking tan, spending a lot of time in the sun, are we?
I am actually. Funny you
Good.
say that. We are in summertime now, getting towards the end of the summer at this point.
I
And
know,
we
right?
both you and I have been out in the sun, I think, quite a bit this summer. Yeah.
Definitely, right? Getting outside, hiking, camping, all the things.
Yeah.
Especially where I've been able to head up north so I can be outside. In Phoenix in the summer, you're stuck inside. It's terrible. So yeah, if you're gonna get some sunshine, you gotta go somewhere. It's a
A
nicer
hundred
summer.
percent. 100%. And I love what you said to me. You said, you look tan, spending a lot of time in the sun, are we? Right. I wonder why you said that, right? Because are you talking about both of us or asking me? There's a lot of questions that come up when I hear
It
that,
is
Aubrey.
kind of strange, right? Because I'm saying, "Are we?" when I'm not talking about myself at all. I could
Yeah.
be pale as a ghost. I'm just talking about you. So it's really a fascinating structure. This came up recently. You guys may sound familiar when we recorded episode 2234, which was "Look at you," phrases to compliment in English.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this phrase. You said, "Gardening a lot these days, are we?" And we were like, "Oh, that's such a great phrase." So this is the follow-up. We're excited to cover this.
Yeah, guys, hit that follow button right here on All Ears English. Get ready for the fall. Get ready to learn with us. We're publishing 5 days a week. This is our Sassy Saturday episode, right? And so make sure you're following the show so that we drop right into your listening queue. I am so excited to dive deeper into
Yes.
Are We? Right?
Yes, because this is interesting where it's not just are we. We do this with a few different verbs. So we're going to
Mhm.
show you guys all the ways we do this in English. We often do this where we'll make a statement about someone else, but then we say we instead of you. So it's a little tricky. We want to make sure you're clear so that you can use these and so you understand what someone's saying when they do this.
Yeah. So when you think about it, Aubrey, at the core of this, why do we swap in instead of saying, are you? Right? Looking tan, spending time in the sun. Are you? Are we? What's the core of it, of the
It's a really
meaning?
good question. I feel like it's just adds cheekiness, right? You're being
Hmm.
cheeky. This is kind of a British phrase, but we use it in the States as well, where it's
Yeah.
like, are we? It's always got that intonation of being a little like silly, a little fun.
A little
And
teasing,
yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but it's interesting why the we. I don't know exactly. It's kind of strange.
I think that that's really key to this, right? There's a certain vibe going on. There's a certain back and forth, maybe some chemistry happening between the two people, right? It's kind of fun. You're having fun with the language, you're having fun with the other person. Okay.
Yes, exactly. A little bit of teasing. Maybe you're even like hinting at something, implying something. Like, for example, we're first going to dive into are we here? And if you
Hmm.
say, like, I haven't heard from you in forever, busy are we? And you've
Yeah.
got this intonation and kind of a look with your eyes, and you're implying maybe they're dating someone new. Like, there's a reason they're busy. There's sort
Yes.
of an implication there.
Yeah, it's loaded. There's a little something behind what you're saying. You're hinting at it. Oh, would you tell me more? Tell me about this new
Right.
relationship. I know something's going on. Nudge, nudge, wink,
Yeah,
wink, right?
right. And a lot of that
So,
is the intonation because I could just be like, "Busy are we?" And there's no I'm not implying
right.
anything, right? I'm just
Okay.
asking if they're busy.
Yeah. But if
But
you
we
go
do it a
with,
lot with that fun, like, "Busy
yeah.
are we?"
Yeah, I love that. And if I just went back to the standard way of asking that, are you spending a lot of time in the sun lately? It's just very standard. There's no meaning behind it.
Right.
There's no banter, right,
Oh,
Aubrey?
it's so much more fun to say it this way.
Yes.
"Spending a lot of time in the sun, are we?" Yeah, it's way
Yeah.
more fun.
So
But
today
you'll
we're giving.
also there's a
Mhm.
second way we hear this.
Uh-huh.
I hear this, sometimes where if there's something a little bit negative, like if someone is being negative or impatient, it's sort of a way to call them out and remove awkwardness or like, they'll say like, "Impatient, are we?" Or like, "Okay,
Yes.
negative, are we?" Right?
Yeah, it just as that little extra meaning instead of saying you're being
Mhm.
impatient, aren't you? Or you're being impatient, period, just gives a little bit more of
It
something.
softens it a little, right? It's a little more
Mhm.
friendly, like, you're
Teasing.
sort of teasing a little. We do this a lot where instead of outright saying like, "Wow, you're being impatient," we'll say something like this to soften it, to make it a little more of like a tease, to lighten the mood.
Yes, 100%. 100%. I love it. So that is the first. This is a massive connection skill for our listeners. So I want to make sure they really understand how to deliver this. What would be the second variation here, Opry, that we can use?
Yeah, the next verb we do this is do. We'll say do we. For example, if you
Excellent.
see someone not eating their broccoli, this happens a lot for my kids. I'd be like, we don't like broccoli, do we?" And I'm not
Yes.
talking about all of us. I'm just
Right.
talking
You're
about
not.
that one person. It's strange.
Yes, interesting. Or we don't like horror movies, do we? Right?
Right?
So
Imagine you're in a movie and you see someone or they walk out or whatever, they clearly love. It's like, oh, okay. Don't like horror movies, do we?
and it's like you're not asking the question, right? It would be a different intonation if you were actually asking the question. We don't like horror movies, do we? That's totally different,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's a statement, really, right? The way we're saying it, because
It's a
we're
statement.
commenting on whatever has happened. They clearly are hating the movie. They have walked out, and we're making a statement about that. Wow, don't like
S-
horror movies, do we?
So I think that's the key piece about today. What we're teaching our listeners, we're taking what seems like a question and making it actually a statement that involves banter and back and forth, a little teasing it, maybe at times a little condescending in some ways, depending on who you're talking
Yeah.
to, right?
Totally.
You're
Yeah, the
adding meaning to
intonation.
it.
The
Yes.
intonation changes it a lot. And yeah, it's tricky. Even though we're saying we're only talking about this person that we're making a statement about. So it can be
Interesting.
confusing.
Fascinating. Okay. I am so excited to get to number 3. There's another way to do this, Aubrey. What is it?
We also do this with the verb can. So, for example, if someone's having a hard time deciding something, you might say, can't make a decision, can we?
Nice. And again, what you're saying is you can't make a decision. That's actually what you're saying. It seems
Exactly.
like you can't make a decision. You're not asking if we together can make a decision, right?
Exactly. Or maybe someone has a whole bunch of options and they can't choose just one. You're like, can't choose just one, can we? Right. But I'm
Right.
not talking about myself. Maybe I've already chosen. I just am saying, I'm making a statement about them that they can't choose just one.
Right. Or maybe you're trying to prove a point. You've presented your kids with 2 decisions. Neither is really a good decision. You're trying to prove some kind of point, right?
For sure.
And you would deliver it this way.
Yeah. This next
Or
one, I feel like I said to my sister this morning, we were supposed to meet for pickleball at 7 a.m.
oh,
She was late, like didn't wake up, didn't set an alarm, I don't think. So I'm like, huh, can't wake up early, can we?
yeah, and there's a little bit of teasing, a little
Mhm.
condescending, but not in a terrible way, right? It's kind of fun, banter,
Exactly.
giving her a bit of a hard time,
Yeah, very
right?
different tone than if I were like, wow, you didn't wake up early. And I'm clearly like mad,
Boring.
annoyed. I'm keeping it lighthearted.
Yeah, you're not letting her off the hook. That's the key, right?
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, next one. Have we? So using the present perfect here, Aubrey, how does this change things?
Exactly. So, for example, maybe someone has obviously been somewhere before. Maybe they're
Yeah.
acting bored because they've, been there a million times. You could be like, "Oh, been here before, have we?" Right?
Yes.
So, with this have and been, it's present perfect, and we
Mhm.
do this a lot. This I feel like I maybe use almost as much as are we.
Yes, or you could say if someone was originally really bad at something, let's say they're learning to play the clarinet, and then they show up at the next class and they're much better, right? Been practicing, have we? Right?
Yes, right. I can imagine a teacher saying, "Oh, been studying, have we?" And you're only talking to
Exactly.
one person. You're making a statement about that one person's improvement, but we just use this structure. Oh, nice. Been practicing, have we?
Yeah, and in that case, it's not condescending. It's a little less
It's like a
there's still a
compliment.
little bit of teasing, but it's a nice rapport going on, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
a
can imagine a
compliment.
dental hygienist when you're going to get your teeth cleaned
Right.
and they're like, "Oh, been brushing, have we?"
Flossing, have
It's
we?
like a
Right.
compliment that you've been doing that.
You're
Or
noting
the
yeah.
opposite, "Haven't been brushing, have we?"
Ah, yes. You're noting a change, right? You're
Yep.
noting a change and you're gonna make a comment on it. I love it. Let's show this in a role play. This role play is gonna be good, I think.
Yes, and
Um,
I'm just realizing we were kind of wondering like why the we instead of you, and
right.
I'm realizing when we include ourselves even though we're really not, right? We're making a statement about this one person. When we're not saying you did this, we're saying we, it's
Yeah.
taking all of that accusation and sort of putting us in there anyway. That's what's really making this so
Uh,
lighthearted and friendly is to take out the you. You did this, you did
that's a
this
good
wrong. We're
point.
saying we, and it makes it so much more friendly.
Right, that's a good point. So that's what gives you kind of the license to say it this way, is it's
Yeah,
not so accusatory, right?
exactly. So
Because
interesting.
we know we're not saying we, like both of us don't have a brushing problem. It's just you.
Exactly. It's just you, but I'm being nice about it and saying we.
Really, really high level today and so connection focused. So in this role play, Aubrey, we were supposed to meet for coffee, but you were late. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, you
All
wanna start
right, here
us
we go.
out?
Yeah, ready. Here we go. Late again, are we?
I'm sorry I slept in.
Been staying up late, have we?
Nosy, are we? Yes, I was up until 3 AM last night.
I think I'll order a chai tea.
Oh, yeah? Don't feel like coffee, do we?
Yeah. So you would never see this many are we's, do we's in one back
Imagine.
and forth.
I know this is
But
one of those role plays where we're like, don't use this so many times in one little conversation, right? It does feel
yeah,
strange.
yeah. But they all individually would be totally useful and common, right?
Absolutely. All of these
So
sound very native and natural to me. Let's go through
yeah.
it.
So in this situation, I'm standing outside of the coffee shop, looking at my watch, and there you
Yeah,
come. You've just parked. It's 8:10. You're supposed to meet at 8 or something. Late again, are we? Right? Little
exactly. And
teasing,
this is clearly
little
a habit, right?
banter.
I've been late before. Late
Yeah.
again, are
Yes.
we? And then
Right.
you
And then you go,
said
I'm
use the
sorry, I
present
slept in.
perfect one.
Yeah.
Yep. And you
Mm-hmm.
said,
Been
been
staying up
staying up late,
late,
have
have we?
we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think we
that's
have a
that
little bit of
present
a
perfect one.
delay.
Oh,
Right.
gotcha. And then
We
I
might have a
said,
little delay here.
nosy,
Yeah.
are
Go ahead.
we? Yeah. And this one,
Yeah. Yep.
we haven't talked about nosy in the episode here. This is kind of a bonus in the role play. So this kind of is where I
Uh-huh.
could feel like we've got all these have we, are we? You would if you're getting this much, you'd maybe, push back, right? Be like,
Yeah.
nosy, are we?
Yes.
Or like, why are you being so nosy?
Right. Yes. 100%. And then you said, so I said, I think I'll order a chai tea. And you said, oh, yeah, don't feel like coffee, do we? So that one I feel like would be a little less common. It just takes time to think about the grammar a little bit. Like it's just a little bit less common, I think. Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely a
Yeah.
little less in your vernacular, right? I do
Yeah.
hear this. I think I use this one, but less than are we for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
For
it's
sure.
still kind of fun. Like if someone shares some kind of preference, like, oh, don't like that, do we? Yeah.
I love it. This is so high level. Aubrey, what's our takeaway for our listeners today?
Yes, this is so common. Native English speakers use we a lot when they mean you. And it's such a great way to connect because you are removing the accusation. You're adding lightheartedness and friendliness. So we want you guys to use these. And now that you have today's tips, they won't confuse you when someone else uses them.
Yeah. I mean, I know in other languages, the same thing is done, that we is used instead of you, but I think it's for different purposes. But it might be somewhat related. We're going to tease this person. And so what gives us the license to do it is saying we. Fascinating.
Exactly. Yes, I'm excited
Yes.
for you guys to do this. Come back to the YouTube video and leave a comment. Let us know how it went. It's guaranteed to build connections in English.
All right. Good stuff, Aubrey. I will see you on the next one. And guys, don't forget to hit the follow button on All Ears English. Get ready for some amazing episodes this fall. Good stuff.
Awesome.
All
Thanks,
right, Aubrey. You have
Lindsay.
a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Bye.
Bye.